Hey everybody, Reaper here, and this is going to be a different type of video this time because haven't had a chance to really get over to Big Rich's. We all know that Will's and migraine headache, hell, and of course Dawn, she just got out of an operation, so I got to stay home and take care of her. So I haven't had a chance to get out. So Rich was like, well, do something with your plants and, things like that, and my own tank and so forth. So we're going to have little clips of this and that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're getting close, let you see. Little Shack baby, he's hiding. There he is. He's starting to look really nice. He's got bluish on top. He's awesome looking. They're all great looking. And our new addition, Stony. You guys, you got a kick out of him. I'm glad you did. He's awesome. But even my son, when he was watching the clip after I made it, he got to that part and he paused and said, "Wait a minute. You're either lying or there's something I don't know about." But we didn't lie. We really have a turtle in there, and his name is Stony. Okay, so we'll get the intro in here, and then I'll do the best I can for you guys. Okay, Reaper here, we're back, and so you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, let's do this. This is the what's left. You can see there's a new growth already starting. It's got yellow, but this is the tree that we cut down. This is the angel plant. Okay, it's an angel trumpet tree is what it is. It's a real tree. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I took a picture of this baby. This thing, it was unbelievable. It flowered 4 times last year. So anytime it grew to be about 8 foot. Well, you'll see here in a minute. But then we trim her down, we bring it in, and we take the trimmings or the branches that we, cut off, and we put them in the water, and we get more. We did discover a little bit ago, a week or so ago, this branch was not doing too good, so we cut it down. You can see there's a hole in it, so there is a problem. So I'm going to cut it down just a hair more, but we got new shoots coming off of it, so we'll be alright. So it's not totally dead by any means. These shoots, once they take off, it's unbelievable. In summer, they'll be up to here, so easy. So what I'll do is I'm going to play the little video showing you what this tree looks like in the middle of summertime. And people, it's just an awesome tree. And the smell is unbelievable. And this is a picture of Dawn standing next to the angel trumpet plant. But those are just the lower leaves. Let's back out just a little and see the top of the tree. Oh yeah, look at all those beautiful flowers. That thing bloomed 3 times. It tried to bloom a 4th time. It was unbelievable this year. So she's been cut down to about 6 foot again, brought inside. We'll show you a picture of what she looks like during the winter time, but that's what happens during the spring. And those flowers, they smell so good. We're going to try and get some of these growing and donate them, of course, put them in the fish pond room for Big Rich at OFR. So, you saw that picture? Pretty amazing. And you saw Dawn had her hand up. That was like 7 foot or so. That thing was huge. It was way over 8 foot probably. But this is, I can touch my ceiling. It's not very tall in here. We had to cut it down. But by the time I bring it out in the spring, it'll already be up to the ceiling and sprouting already. So it's crazy. Next, we have the spider plant. And her spider plant just went crazy this year, all the babies. And the trick to that is, of course, you root bound them. If you root bound a spider plant, it produces babies. If you're really lucky, it'll start producing 2 and 3 layers. It'll go all the way to the floor. And when it does, it produces this. Come on, focus. See. There it is. Very small, delicate little flowers. It was producing them all the way down to the end. There was one there. It's already died. But it's got some there. But it's just totally amazing how much it's grown. It did 3 layers. 3 layers. That's unusual. So obviously her spider plant is doing very well. And the cactus, it's still producing. I don't know what it is. It just keeps producing flowers long past its time, but it's still going. This is an orchid she has. It produces in the summertime. About every other year, really. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Orchids are really funny plants. But I'm not sure what that is. You'll have to tell me. And of course, you guys have all seen the holly plant. This holly plant has actually been braided. These are those the cheap little $2.99 holly, or the ones you get, poinsettias that you get during Christmas at like Walmarts and stuff. And usually they die off, but she took 2 of them, put them together, and as you see, it still has some flowers going. So, now, this is my passion plant. This produces some really beautiful flowers. Me and my mom were at, I don't know, some nursery or something. My mom was into flowers and gardening. That's why I'm into plants, gardening, and all that. But she was into it. We were at somewhere, and I found these passion plants. Never seen one. And it was so beautiful that my mother, behind my back, bought it, had it somehow put in a car, so that when we got home, it was mine, and I didn't even know it. This thing gets very big, vine all over. We cut it back big time because it was a little root bound itself. And you actually got to cut these back in order to get some flowers. So we did that. Peace Lily, well, I've been showing you what she's doing. Her flowers are so huge, they're as big as my hand. Look at that, they're as big as my hand. The ones at Big Rich's are about that big. We just definitely got to get her, taken care of. So, okay, let's see, what do we got? We got all the cactuses, that's around the corner. Well, actually, you know what the other thing is the tank that we had originally here, we stuck it around a corner. A few of you have been asking what we're going to do with it. We did find a spot. So this is our new one, really a 55. That other's like a 40 or something. We put it around a corner. It's still here. But we have a spot. And this is like an entryway in between that plant and room and into the living room here. And we're going to put it right here. We got another, this is part of the buffet that there. And it should fit up here perfect. So that's where this tank's going to go. Like I said, we just need some lights for it, and I need a filter. Everything else we have. Of course, fish and that'll be donated by Big Rich. Exactly what we're going to put in that tank, I don't know yet. But, alright, so let's see, what else can we do? What's up, buddy? What's up, Barnaby? Oh, you're such a good boy, aren't you? Yeah, you want petting, don't you? This is Barnaby, everybody. Get a good look at him. He's such a lovable kitty. He's like 3 years old now. But he's our boy. And he's really been affectionate towards Dawn since she came home with her operation. She's left on the couch and he jumped right up there and stayed with her the whole night. Such a good boy. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? Okay, and we haven't shown a picture of our smallest, our original little tank. This is where the goldfish originally were. Now that they got all the room in the 55, we put them back there. What we got left here, not a goldfish. That is one of the koi that Big Rich gave me. He gave me 6. The one is the shack koi fry, and the other were just some, fries he had. But that one, you see how active he is? He kept picking on the 2 goldfish. He wouldn't leave them alone. He just kept beating them up. So we put them over here because I brought home the silver dollar. Is that what it is, right? Yep. And Big Rich was supposed to hold some more, but you saw that in the other video. He forgot and he gave them away to somebody else. So these guys, they keep each other company and they don't beat on each other. Let's put it this way. If he picks on him, he picks right back at him. No problem. There's a couple little cats in here as well somewhere. And then let me get a little food in for the big guys. And what we have over in the corner, they'll come out here in a minute. We have loaches. The little snake loaches from, okay. Let's see. They should start coming out here. And we actually started out with 3 adults, and then 1 disappeared. And then all of a sudden, as we started noticing, there's one right there, see him in the corner coming out? All of a sudden, there was 10, there was 11. Look, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. They started producing. They started having babies. And they're not only just here, they're under there. We got some over in there. There's the cats, they came out. We got 2 little cats in there as well. But yeah, the loaches, they're either chocolate or they're the chocolate. It starts the name, I wrote it down, K-H-U-L-I-C or something like that. But that's what they are. And they are just so cool. But we got a whole family of them. So, just thought, you know, after we got them, when we started talking about them, you know, it was supposed to be sand and everything, but they just having a ball living in this tank and producing, so we're not going to change anything. And it's funny, earlier, I don't know if you can see it, but right where the air valve is going to the stone, there's a shell back there, and I actually found one of the loaches in the stone earlier, or in that shell earlier. But they are just cool. They're like miniature eels. And found out they can live up to 10 years. Yeah, buddy, you're just so curious. We got the camera and he wants to know what's going on. There's another loach over there. Like I said, they're under, there's another one. So they're in all underneath these buildings and they just love it. And they're just having a great time. So, alright, I just thought I'd show you what the, this time I guess we can end it with this tank instead of the one in the back. And stay deeper with the Reaper, and we'll break out some more videos.